Hey, how you doing? This is Jake Jacobs. Let's talk a little bit about what I do during the week and how sometimes what you're listening to during the week can come out in your church service or in your altar call. An example is I was watching a review for a PlayStation game. Um, and it was called Stellar Stump something for Sony. Some lady going around slashing things up, and there was something in there that I liked. I'm a gamer, so there you go. So it was something like this, right? And it was thematic, and then I'm thinking, oh, that's pretty nice. Do I want to? And then if I'm listening to it, or if I go on Spotify and I download a soundtrack, or if I'm listening to it a lot, sometimes what I'm listening to during the week is gonna come out, but you kind of gotta be tasteful with it. I'm not going to start off like this is a key of E. That's gonna be depressing. But I could do I could do something like this, and then go to the six, and then right. Now the altar call is style, and you can hear the pad back there, and so sometimes I'm gonna have a pad. But I'm not gonna be overly churchy. Let me give you an example. I could be like, right, or jazzy, right. I'm going to be more, and I started on the six, which didn't I? And I can do the drop two that everybody does. Now, this drop two stuff, and everybody's playing that. Everybody's doing those embellishments. I first heard that. A lot of people think, oh, that's Hornsby. No, that's, and it is. He plays that. But that country lick has been around. That country gospel has been around way before that. But as I was coming up in college, as a music major, they had a Roland rep come, and that Roland rep could play very well. His name is Scott Wilkie. And he had those embellishments with attitude, and I really, really enjoyed that. That's where I first heard that. I'm like, where are all those grace notes coming from? It's so as far as the drop two stuff, it's something that both CCM and gospel has embraced. I can go to a CCM church and play that stuff and be just fine, and then a gospel church, I could do the same thing, right? I might have to drop some tritones in there, but on altar call, if I'm playing an altar call, no tritones. Just don't. Yeah, just don't. Just keep it simple. And just keep it tritoneless. Keep your tritones. I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm like, what is that? Okay, I think it's I digress. You guys can't see. I've got a green screen, and I got this whole black thing. I changed the color scheme a little bit, and sometimes in my mind, I'm doing a video. I've got all these lights, and it's like focus. But anyway, sometimes what I play sometimes what I listen to is going to come out in my playing. And again, those drop twos, I love that idea, the whole Rodney East thing. Jason Tyson, gosh, dog it, I'm like, make me want to quit playing. But so let me see. What as far as this week, what was I listening to this week? That PlayStation. Or sometimes I get stuff from anime. Right. This was from, I actually heard this from Attack on Titan. And then they did something like this. I'm messing up. And then they threw the theme in there. It was very. Anyway, I'm into video games and anime, and the music from that thereof it keeps me. It actually, the different kind of music. Listen to all kinds of different kind of music. If you're a gospel player and you play in church, don't just listen to church music. Don't. You're gonna get into a box of church, and you're not gonna go anywhere. No disrespect to the gospel and church music, but listen to more stuff. Please do yourself a favor as a musician. You'll thank me later on in life. And so if I'm playing, it's like if there was a piano set up in like a courtyard or a Costco. Sometimes Costco has pianos. I'm not going to sit down and play church music. Someone will come up to you and go, "Who you play for?" Really? So I, I'll just, play, maybe one note samba. Just you gotta really open yourself up. But let me see what like my church did last week. They did My Hello or You Deserve It. Yeah, and so I have to listen to those songs during the week. And so whatever I'm listening to, and then if I'm sitting down, so a lot of stuff comes during the week. My family, I have a regular work job, and what samples am I going to listen to? Who am I talking to? What kind of argument am I getting to about sample rate? Which, people go, hey, 192 sample rate, you don't need that because you can't hear that high. Okay, then you misunderstand what sample rate is. I'm just ranting. An analogy is, a sample is just a point on a plot, and you draw waveforms by connecting the dots. The more points you have, the more greater sample rate you have. So, a good example is try drawing a circle with 4 dots. You won't have a very good one. But if you have many dots, you create a better representation of the music. That's why these interfaces, 192 sample rate. Are you ever going to use 192 sample rates? No. Keyscape isn't sampled at 192 sample rate. But if you're recording a live band or if you're recording a symphony orchestra, then yeah. So that's just another rant. So more to come. I'm just ranting. This video's just about whatever I'm feeling. I did a new color scheme with the white on black, and then so hopefully you guys enjoy that. And yeah, I don't know what that was. Sawdust on my anyway, be yeah, be blessed. All right.